Welcome back, everyone. Today we're doing some more trans memes, and as I'm sure I mentioned in the title, I am slightly drunk. So I chugged an entire bottle of, hold on. Okay, I have the bottle. Cold Stream Clear. I'll edit the cover on if I can find it online. Might just take a photo, who knows. The cookies and cream rum, which is apparently new. It's very tasty. It's a lot like a milkshake. I made like 2 Irish coffees with this, chugged the rest of the bottle, raw, because that's how I do. And then it's not that impressive. It's cookies and cream rum. Drinking it raw isn't exactly like drinking a black coffee would be harder than drinking this raw, And then I realized, oh crud, I should get my editing done for the video on Monday. So I started doing that, and then I realized that my microphone's cord that connects it to my computer was damaged. So if you want to hear what that footage would have sounded like, turn on TV static. Just look it up on YouTube, because I know not everyone knows what that sounds like anymore. Look that up on YouTube and you'll hear it clear as day. That's what it sounded like. I had an hour of footage wasted for that. Anyway, I was already drunk when that happened, so I was like, oh no. And frankly, because I drank this entire 750 milliliters with 18% alcohol volume, and I'm a lightweight. Let's just say when I got up, I nearly fell down again. So if I seem a bit off today, it's because of that. Then I realized, obviously, I don't want to miss my Monday solo post, not even official deadline, because I've been doing this every Monday, and I kind of want to keep that going. I realized, oh shoot, I should do something to sober up. So I did the smartest thing, after, of course, having 2 separate Irish coffees, is obviously the best solution is caffeine. So I took a Rockstar energy drink, and for those of you who don't know, mixing that with alcohol is such a bad idea. They have to put a warning on it that that's a bad idea. So after drinking the entire thing, I sat down to wait for it to kick in, and then it dawned on me, oh, I might die tonight. So, with all that said, if you're a police officer looking at this footage questioning why I'm now dead in my chair in front of my computer, I died from overdosing on alcohol and Rockstar. My bad. No one to look into this further. I am confessing to my own death, I guess. If this video comes out, then that did not happen. This is not the best idea, but it's either I do it now while drunk and on an energy drink, or I do it when I'm hungover and recovering from that. So anyway, we're going to record for as long as I can get my brain to work. I'm pretty sure this intro is like longer than any other intro I've ever done, because I felt the need to explain that. If I'm off my A game, it's because I'm drunk. My apologies, maybe. But trans people are still awesome, and even my drunk self can recognize that. So hopefully I'm not too stupid. If you hear weird sounds in the background, it's because my drunk self is I fall for intrusive thoughts a lot more when I'm drunk. I don't really think things through, and also I am struggling to stay awake, so there's a good chance that I'm not going to remember to do several takes if I don't recognize I'm screwing it up. So with all that said, let's just hop in, I guess. I'm also kind of worried I'll forget to record an outro, so just in case, I do wish you all a fantastic week, and I'll be back on Monday. I don't get drunk often. I want to point that out right now. I'm not. It's been New Year. New Year's was the last time before this, so right now it's Good Friday. Well, actually, it's Saturday now. It's been for the last like 3 hours, but it was Good Friday when I got drunk. Mostly. A little bit of it was at midnight, but I had to finish it off, But point being, I'm half Irish, half German. Cut me some slack here. It's kind of weird. I'm not an alcoholic. Yeah, I don't get drunk that often. Usually only on holidays because, well, I need something. Point being, I'm not in the best headspace right now, but it's less of a I feel really down and I'm really unhappy, and more of I just drank that entire thing and I am a lightweight. I can't specify enough. I am a lightweight and I still decided to drink that entire thing because I did not plan on doing anything tonight. And then I realized, oh shoot, I don't have any footage. I should get on that. If this video is abnormally short and doesn't even make the 10-minute mark, there's a chance I passed out mid-recording. And there's also a chance I just ran out of time to edit because I don't know how much editing I'm going to get when I am hungover and recovering from this. So this is probably the longest, this is definitely the longest intro. I'm probably going to have to do the chapter thingy where I put in the timestamps in the description so we can like automatically skip this because, well, I'm moving a lot right now. Drunk self likes gesturing with hands, which isn't good for recording because this is all voiceover and I haven't set up anything to catch my hand movement. Why am I using hand movement? You can't see it. Okay, I'm not sober, in case you can't tell. But so that I don't want to make the entire video just me talking about how not sober I am. So maybe we should start reading trans memes. How about I start doing that? Freaking me not reading yet. I'm sorry. I'm gonna probably ramble in like half of these. Let's dive into it, shall we? Trans pipe smoker. Lamau, Andy Needs is such a dumb. I'm sorry, is their last name Needs? What kind of last name? They didn't capitalize it, so I could be wrong. Hold on. I need answers. Andy needs answers. Andy needs a hobby. Andy needs a hobby. No, I think that's something else. 10 plus in. Hold on. I think it's a politician. Might just bump the mic. My bad. Dogs ever be less. Andy Basher? It's Andy Basher. I'm not even going to pretend I can pronounce that. Even if I disagree with them, I don't like screwing up names as an insult. I will usually screw up names on account of being incapable of reading names. That is not me trying to be mean. I just am really bad at it. Yeah, I guess Andy... Oh, otherwise the word needs doesn't really make sense in that context. Whatever, there's no answers to be found there, so... Okay, in the same vein, what about intersex individuals? We're missing a little bit of context here, but I'm assuming it was something transphobic that was said, because that's usually what leads people to say that. Yeah, I don't even know what that means, ma'am. But you want to defund a program about something that you don't quite understand? You know, to his credit... This might sound wrong, but I've noticed a lot of politicians nowadays, when it comes to trans people, they've reached a point where they've realized they don't need to justify it. They can just say, same rules apply. They don't need to know what an intersex person is. They can just say, no, it applies to them too. And then move on. They can do that. They will get away with it. They will not lose votes for that anymore. So credit where credit's due. It is a lot harder than people think to acknowledge, especially in debates or when taking questions, to acknowledge you have no idea what that means. The next logical thing to do would be to say, yeah, I don't understand that. I should look into that, and then when you have the chance, you should actually look into that. Which I don't think is what's happening here. I feel like this is more of a, I don't understand what that means, so it can't be important type of deal. That might just be my drunken self reading it as, by the way, I have been diagnosed with autism since I was like a little babby. And I can tell you right now, that means I am not the best at reading context, even if I was talking to this guy myself. So the fact that I'm rolling with just text blurbs does not help. And also I'm drunk. I'm gonna say that every meme, aren't I? So I might have totally misunderstood this. My bad if so, but credit where credit's due. Good job on at least acknowledging you don't know what the hell you're talking about. Yeah, those intersex individuals are still XX and XY, so you can't change that. I mean, okay, there are a few that you could still say are that because it's not necessarily the same. Like some do and some don't, because intersex individuals in most places is a term that means as long as you have any part that's necessarily of the other sex, and like you have to have both for it to be intersex biologically. So you could have some of them have that, but a lot of them don't. It's sort of like the whole thing with them. And I can't be that mad because at the same time he already acknowledged he has no idea what the hell he's talking about. Oh, hold on. Another state rep whisper, Andy, that's not true. It's not. But you know what? To his credit, he acknowledged he doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. And the bar's low enough where that is something I should commend. And it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. I shouldn't have to commend someone for not, beating their spouse. But at this point, that might be reasonable. Like, bad. But at least you're aware that you're an idiot. Until you're not, because then you go off and say all this, oh yeah, their chromosomes are still this, so it doesn't matter, even though, no, it is not. That is the whole point. Moving on. I'm too drunk to make good arguments, okay? I can barely make a decent argument when I'm sober. Squiddy Pal 2. Girls are goals. Literally any conventionally attractive woman ever. I want to be her. So do I. It's weird that this small line drawing is having that effect on me, but I am now getting gender envy from it. So that's where we're at. I don't know if that's alcohol or if that's just me being me. Yo, editing me, because I'm going to edit this when I'm probably not as drunk. Just put a little text blurb on the bottom as to whether or not I still have gender envy from this or if it was the alcohol. All right. Moving on. Esther the egg. Guess this means I'm officially recognized as a girl failure. My mom called me a bimbo today. It literally made me so euphoric I thanked her. I'll make that noise every time people use that face. Although it does bother me that the semicolon is like slightly lower than I realized it was for the 3. But yeah, congrats, you're a girl failure. Good for you. I'm a gender, so I guess I'm just failure. That sounds so mean. Drunk me is mean to myself. Okay, so are me is too, but drunk me says it. Drunk me is very impulsive, okay? Massive nerd potential. New gender just dropped. Ooh, I love this. I collect them and put them on my wall. What's my new one? Ask Ouija. Ouija. People disagree on the pronunciation of that stupid board where you pretend to move the triangle around and act like it's possessed, even though you all know otherwise because someone at that table is doing it, but whatever. People disagree on that name, and the worst part is there's like 3 different versions that people are confident on and certain areas agree on, and if you say one, the others get really mad at you. So we're gonna call it Ouija because frick you, that's why. Yeah, that's right, I'm heated now, let's go. I identify as neither man nor woman. I am actually a bleh. Germ. You know what? Sure, germ. I'll accept it. Yeah, goodbye. That's yeah, no, I count that. Germ. Could have gone even further to German, but I'll take germ. But does German have an A? Oh, germ, sure, whatever. I'll take it. Game S33. Close enough. Here you go, trans femmes. Estrogen. Close enough. Yeah, I'm gonna call it estrogen. M178 music. Am I cooked? What my friends want for birthday. Ooh, okay. Pretty classic. Very expensive though, gotta say. What I want for my birthday? Ooh, okay, I'm down. Because I made gender, I'll take any of these, I guess. Yeah, that's right. I'm assuming that's why. That Sharky now, the patriarchy though, is super cute. I love it. That's beautiful. I want. Give. Please. Dark Falcone. Pro Wrestling Japanese Deathmatch Legend/Butcher Luther saluting the flag on some kind of date. I don't. Okay, 25 is definitely the year. 16th would be. Oh, no, so there's only 12 months. So it's the 4th, which is hold on. I got this. Give me a second. Okay, there's January, February, March, April. April 16th, 2025. That's what that date is. The sad thing is, if I was sober, I don't think I would have done that any faster. AEW Dynamite, which sounds sick. Topeka Rainbow. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce that. Did you see Luther salute the flag? Oh, that is a strong salute. Like, even ignoring that it's the trans flag, that is just a really, powerful salute face right there. That is someone who is fully saluting, with all their heart. They're genuine pride and country type of salute. I love it. Pokemon 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 6. Okay, it's not wrong, but I hate it. Trans Revolutionary saying, "Hi, cutie." To a bottom so you can generate a new secure password. It works every time. And I should know I'm dating a bottom. I should know. It works every single time. Spark of Creation. It's ya boy. Some characters that give me good old gender envy from guys. Ooh. It's been a while since I've done it for guys. It's usually the gals that are posting their gender envy. Let's see what you got. Alright, we're starting off nice and good with the stands. Alright, fair enough. Honestly, I'd only count them as one though, because they're basically identical. I'm sorry, it's kind of like their whole bit as twins, you know? I'd count them as one, to be honest, but that's a good pick. Good pick. Jonas Venture Sir. Senior? That would be senior, right? That'd be Sir or senior. I'm pretty sure it's senior's what that would be. Venture Bros. I've heard of that show. I've seen a few clips. I'm not sure if it's any good though, to be honest. I haven't seen it. But this guy looks pretty sick. This guy looks pretty nice. I like his look. The whole fully white suit, not bad at all. Hunter, oh, that's a good one too. That is good. Hunter frickin' is the most traumatized character that I've frickin' wanted to protect for for quite a while, to be honest. He went through it. Dude literally died. Dude went through a whole revolutionary arc, stood strong, moved on, traveled to another world with his friends, then got possessed by the guy he was afraid of, then died, and then his best friend sacrificed his life to bring him back. And he still had to put up with another season after that. I'm sorry, but Hunter went through it, poor dude. But yeah, he does give off some gender envy. I don't blame you there. Really? Omni-Man. No, Chris. Okay, credit where credit's due. Omni-Man is very entertaining, but I don't know, I just always thought he was supposed to be a parody of J. Jonah Jameson with his look, to be honest. His look always gave me J. Jonah Jameson vibes, which, you know what? J. Jonah Jameson has a good aesthetic too, so I can't even blame it. Fair enough. I think I'd never heard of anyone saying it's their gender envy, but now that I'm thinking about it, I see it. I do see it now. I see it, especially with the hair. Okay, this guy is Venture Bros again. I like how he has a name, but he's still called Henchman 21. I already like his vibe. Just looking at him, I'm like, hell yeah, my boy. Respect that. Respect that guy ponytail. I'll rock one myself. Let's go. Negan. Okay. You know what? No, I see it. Negan does have a good look. In the comics, I believe, Negan was actually smooth shaven, but because the actor was doing a family sitcom show where he needed to keep himself fuzzy, he just rolled with it. And everyone rolled with it because it wasn't really relevant. And honestly, I think it looks really good. I like Negan as a character, though, so all right, fair enough. Mystery Skulls Animated. I've never heard of this, but I already like the art style. Arthur Kingsman. He looks like Bumblebee, like a Bumblebee motif is there. Like the hair, the stinger-looking beard. I feel like there's a Bumblebee motif here, you know? That might just be me, though. I got nothing else to really say, because I don't know this character very well at all. I don't remember how to pronounce his name, but that's Legend of Korra. I know that one. Because I watched that show, and it was alright. I wasn't as into Korra as I was into Last Airbender, but I'm not exactly in the minority for that one. Korra wasn't exactly bad, but it was different enough that I can't really blame anyone who wasn't into both, you know? It was a very different vibe. He does have a good aesthetic, though. I'll give you that. He's rocking it. I see it. I see the appeal. Especially with the hair. Okay, I hate to break it to you, but that's a newt. In fact, that's a cyborg newt. But I feel it too. I'm with you. Alright, under the slim chance all the trans femmes out there were disappointed by the lack of gender envy, here we have Hello Strands, which I definitely just mispronounced Ivory, she, her. Only mine, no one else can have them. Gender goals. I didn't know you could use a T for that face. I like it. Okay, Jolene. Okay. Alright, fair enough. I can see it. Billie Eilish. Alright, fair enough. Billie's a bit of a... No, Billie's got the vibe, but I'm noticing that's the second green, black hair person. Okay, I don't know who this is, but she looks like she's from Marvel Rivals based off the art style. That's my best guess right now. Yeah, sorry, this one doesn't have the name in the bottom like the other one did, so I don't know who this is. I like the aesthetic, though, the outfit especially. I'm getting real, like, Faye bug vibe, and I kind of like it. I like Faye vibes that really lean into the animal, you know? I feel like people forget that a lot of Fays in Celtic mythology were tied to animals and aesthetic and weren't just pretty people. I don't know who this is either, but they look really cute, especially with the little, like, skull mushroom thingies in the flower. That's really pretty. I like that. The little coat, look, I want to see this person move. Based off how the art style looks too, I feel like it would be really cute to see how this one moves, but I don't know where they're from. And Loki. Yeah, Loki. Loki's Loki. Loki's gender envy of all. I'm noticing, though, really into the green motif there. You're really into green. You know, I respect it. I respect it. You got, like, a solid theming here, right? I get behind that, actually. You know, I respect it. Pretty good gender envy picks, all things considered. Pretty good picks. Lid opener. Crazy day. Me wanting to come out to a friend. Him coming out first. Oh, shit. That's some last episode of the season level stuff right there. I kind of love it, though. Like, it makes it a lot easier. Once one of you says it, it's like, oh, same. I was about to tell you, too. This just got really easy. Well, plus, they ain't gonna fight you. It's better they come out now than come out as being, you know, transphobic or something. Like, I'm just saying, that's like the main fear of coming out is that they hate you for it. I'm assuming trans because, well, we're on the trans subreddit, but you never know. This could apply to just being gay. It could. I know that homophobia isn't quite as accepted as transphobia, which is messed up in its own right, but it's still a problem, and it's genuinely something to be afraid of depending on where you live. Like, there are still places where you will be killed just for being gay, not even trans. Oh god, that's depressing. Moving on. My drunk self cannot linger on depressing stuff. That's a bad idea. Supreme Blue. Trans rights or die? Give me trans rights or die. Wow, that Sonic face is jarring. Looks perfect for a logo, but at the same time, like, that's... I get the feeling that's 3D Labyrinth, I want to say. This 3D Labyrinth had a couple of 2D sprites. That's what it looks like to me. It might be Mania, though, because how vibrant the colors are. It's hard to tell. Based, though. Based. I'm in. Zenny700. Good to see they're still posting. Title. Me questioning my sexuality, as you do. Also my gender. Yeah, that does line up next. That is true. You know, actually, I'm going to tell you a little anecdote about myself. So when I was really young, like further back than I can remember, I was told that my name, Mackenzie, comes from a prime minister in Canada, which was kind of weird to me because all my siblings were named after biblical characters. But I just got a politician because I still don't know why I'm the outlier for that. I just am. My parents didn't put much thought into it, but I'm gonna be honest, I don't think they really cared. It's not a bad name, not by any means. I've gone by Mac, Mackenzie, Kenzie, like it's got options. But as a kid, I would keep having people in my classes that have the same name, so I would go by Kenzie instead, so that way they could take Mackenzie. Which I just realized is super unfair. Why didn't they take a short form? What the heck? I just realized there's like 3 different people that just got away with keeping the full name because I was nice. Unbelievable. All 3 of which were girls, by the way, which made me wonder, it's really weird that is a thing. Everyone keeps making fun of me for having a girl's name. And that's kind of sucks because I'm a kid and gender for some reason is a big deal at that time. So I was getting made fun of. And then one day I actually bothered to look up the prime minister I was named after for a school assignment in like, I think it was the first year of middle school. And it was like, well, we could choose any prime minister of the past in Canada. And I was like, I'm named after one, might as well learn a bit about that guy. And that's when I found out that it was a man. And I was like, wait a damn minute here. Why is it that I kept being told that it was a girl's name, but I was named after a man? And then I looked at it even further and I was like, they spell with an IE. Why is mine spelled with a Y? All the girls did that too. Like I genuinely made up in my head that IE was a girl thing, but no, it's the guy who was named after too. My parents just spelled it with a Y for some reason. And I'm like, this is kind of nonsensical. So I asked my parents, well, why is Mackenzie a girl's name? And they're like, no, it's a boy's name. And I'm like, I've met 3 different people that would say otherwise. All my teachers, all my classmates, they say differently. And then I kept thinking, I was like, why is the name gendered at all? And then I kept thinking, I raised the question, why is a lot of things gendered? That's weird. That's confusing. And then I got made fun of for it, and it was like, haha, you're so autistic for not immediately understanding a social cue. I was heavily autistic. I did not understand what sarcasm was as a concept back then. Like, I was really strongly autistic. I did not have a lot of coping strategies, so not a surprise there. But I looked at myself there, and I was like, why am I gendered man? And I was like, oh, there's like a biological thing to that one. Okay, that makes sense. And then I learned intersex people exist. And I was like, that's interesting. That's a thing. I'm not going to think about this further. And then I went to high school. And then I met my now currently boyfriend, who is a trans mask. And I was like, oh, you're trans? What does that mean? I've never heard of this thing. Oh, it means I'm going by insert name here. I don't want to include any case, but insert name here, and I go by he, him. And I'm like, okay. I have never been confused by that. I never went, oh, no, you're she, her, because that's how you're born. Like, I just rolled with it, and it never bothered me. And that's when I started questioning why gender is even a thing with a lot of things. And because of the trans mask in my life who I cared about and at the time was like my best friend and basically actually was legitimately very bothered by some gender stuff, I was like, yeah, I guess this matters because it matters to these people. And yeah, a lot of cis people have this same problem. It's just that a lot less people attack them for it. So they aren't as bothered because they don't have to defend it. And then during like my last year of high school, I was like, you know what? I'm non-binary because clearly I don't give a flip about gender. And I only care about it if it's someone who's genuinely upset about being misgendered, in which case then it bothers me. And I did not know agender was a thing back then. You can actually, the video on my channel from a while back now, where I take a gender test to see what my gender is when I first found out what agender was, and I was like, oh, that's a way better label for what I am. But up until that point, I was content with non-binary. Like, I just don't care. My question was less, what's my gender? And my question was more, why does everyone care about gender? And now I read trans memes every week, so... yeah, I went in a bit of a weird turn, didn't I? That was a long rant. We're lost. Trans forever. Infinity symbol and the trans flag that doesn't show up properly because I'm on PC. Is there like an extension I can get to get that to show up, I wonder? Because if there is, I'm not going to look it up right now. I'll wait until the recording's done. But if any of you guys know an extension I could use to make the emojis show up properly on my PC, I'd appreciate it. Because it bothers me so much. I know what it is. I have to like copy and paste it every time I put it in my title. It's in my title. It is in my title right now. But sometimes it just doesn't show up on Reddit. It's like, Support your sisters, not just your sisters. Trans is powerful. Trans is beautiful. Trans is powerful. I'm not reading that entire loop, but you get the point. That's really cute, though. I like that. Yeah, you should defend your sisters as well as your sisters, but your sisters need less defense than your sisters. That was... I don't even know if I said that right. I'm gonna blame it on the alcohol that I got myself confused. Defend everyone. Defend everyone's right to exist. How about that? Is that good enough? I don't know, my brain's... bleh. Dragon Steve. I made this for a friend and was told y'all might like it. Breakdancing, sharky down with the patriarchy. Oh, heck yeah, look at him go. Yeah, baby. I love it. Flipper on. Emmy, she, her. Happily on HRT. Oh, congratulations. Note to self, do exactly that. Note to self, do not put on very thick, high-quality fishnets under ripped jeans for an hour on end. You will end up looking like the Dragon Lady. Ooh. Does it hurt, though? Because I know sometimes with the imprints, it just loses a cool pattern for a couple hours, and sometimes it, like, actually starts to hurt when it, like, starts being tough enough it cuts off circulation. If it's not painful, I think that's kind of sick. I'm not gonna lie. Like, gender stuff aside, that just looks cool. But also, it might be painful. It might actually mess with your skin if you do it too often, so I'm not sure. Trademark, 2007. Taylor/Zelda, she, they. Run row experience, ooh. All my plushies and figures. Watch me have an existential crisis about if I'm a trans girl or a femboy. That's a good question. Also, who is this flower decadent character in the yellowish orange here? Because I don't know where these characters are from, but like the designs are sick. Especially the flower one, but also like movie theater guy, not that bad either. Movie theater broccoli hair, that's what that one is. In pink, like I'm curious. Does anyone know where these guys are from? Is that this video just me asking where are these characters from? I feel like that's this video. Yeah, that might be this video. I think I'm okay with that. Samster. That's not real, right? Let me see what's going on in the world. Oh. My thoughts exactly. Yeah, yeah, pretty much. Question mark Maddie. The heart wants what it wants. Trans guys calling me mommy. This is brilliant. Calling trans guys daddy. But I like this. Hey, teach their own. Fair enough. Go for it. Ruben. This is where it all started. Oh, that moment you realize you're trans. Uh-oh, the egg's cracking, the egg's cracking. Oh no, oh no. Here, it's all downhill from here, but you got some good stuff too. Confused Canadian. Me. How I started pro estrogen and learned I had to. Ooh, hello. Glad I'm in. Let's see this one. I'm drunk enough to be mildly disrespectful. It's fine. Being drunk is not an excuse, okay? No. I'm not reading that yet. It's just gonna show up on screen while I ramble, because this needs to be said. If you act a certain way when intoxicated, whether that's disrespectfully flirting or getting angry and assaulting or whatever else, whenever they make the excuse of, oh, I'm sorry, I was just drunk, I wasn't in my normal head or whatever, or I was high and blah, 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 it is your responsibility to make sure you don't get like that. Yes, things like making a couple of extra jokes can be excused as, well, you were intoxicated, so you were being a little bit less thinking of what you were doing. I understand that, but it is still your actions. You are still responsible for what you've done. Yes, it's easier to mess up. It's when you're drunk, especially if you're having trouble speaking or whatever, that's understandable. That makes sense. That's whatever, obviously. Obviously, that is alcohol, but if what you're doing is generally disrespectful or rude to people, that's on you. That it does not matter if you were intoxicated or not. The fact it is up to you to make sure you don't get intoxicated then. If you punch holes in the walls when you're drunk, it is your responsibility to not get drunk. It is an explanation, not an excuse. These are two different things. Sorry, I get very... I was going for a joke and then I got offended at myself and angry about how many people actually try to use, well, I took this intoxication thing and now I'm intoxicated, so it's not my fault that I ended up doing this thing. Like, no, that's not how that works. Okay, let's read the meme now. Recreation of the dentist transfem starting proestrogen. So, when can I start proestrogen? As long as your chest wall has extended, we can start. Chest wall? Basically, if you got boob growth. Oh, so I guess I can't start then. Think she doesn't have boobs? Respectfully, your chest wall has definitely extended. What? Oh no. I guess it's extended, you know? This is kind of good news though, isn't it? Wait, it doesn't say dentist, it says dentist. Dentist? Hold up. Two S's, one S. That wasn't right. D-E-S-E. D-E... Oh no, it's N-S-E. Let me clean this. Yeah, it's dense. Dense. Prescription to dentist transfem starting proestrogen. Oh my gosh. You know, I was gonna ask what this has to do with a dentist. You know how I said that being intoxicated is not an excuse? Unless you're, being a little extra silly or missing some things or stumbling over your words or slurring or struggling to walk, which is all reasonable things if you're intoxicated to do. That's where it's obviously the alcohol or whatever, and it's like, okay, understandable at least. Yeah, I'm gonna say that's the alcohol's fault. That joke might have been a little bit too risque, but this is the alcohol's fault. My inability to read that and the fact that I just rolled with it like, no, that's dentist, yep. Recreation of the dentist transfer. What was I thinking by that? I I fumbled a little bit there. But you know what? It's a cute meme, so I had to Google it. Oh no, I'm not sober, okay? Dude, if you needed proof. Moving on. Jin R. Hykra. Trans Spider Pixel. Oh my gosh, the mouth is a heart. It's got little pluses on the back along with the heart on the butt and the how each flag matches the leg, which perfectly resembles. Oh my gosh, yes. The little pattern above the eyes too. Oh my god, yes. This is beautiful. It's gorgeous. It couldn't be better. It's just, I love it. I approve. Dusty the Wolf. Surprise coming out. Come out? Nah. Don't say a thing. Grow out hair. Dress up. Wear makeup and nail polish. At some point they'll realize it, or they just won't, okay? Dude, it's the subtle way of coming out. Let's say that. Ham Skyline. I'm just exhausted by these people, and I hope one day that they won't be taken seriously at all. The Four Horsemen of being transphobic pieces of garbage. Oh yeah, Shapiro, Elon, and who? Wait, who? Who's this guy? Who this? What's this metal eggs back here? Is that the mechanical Easter bunny? Who the fuck? Who that? Who that? I genuinely have no idea who that is. I feel like I should know so that way I can be angry at them, but I genuinely don't know who that is. I'm either failing to recognize them or I've never heard of them. I don't even know if I want to know though, because if they're on this list, I probably don't. Looking metal Easter eggs back there. Why is that why is your photo have metal Easter egg? What is... Moving on. Loved and held. When you read the news. Ooh. Yeah, I feel that. A lot. There's a reason why I'm drunk right now. Mazzy Goober. Pronouns apply to the existence of noob nouns, god nouns, and hacker nouns. Okay, noob nouns are the ones you're born with. God nouns are the ones that you make up for funsies, and hacker nouns are everything on the non-binary spectrum. That's right, I've immediately assigned... Quick reminder, I'm drunk. And I already figured that out. If it's dumb, it's because I'm drunk. And if it's not, I'm awesome that I even figured out while I was drunk. Confused egg boy. Illegally a woman. If I'm not legally a woman, going back in the closet, that's a pretty good sign. Then I will illegally be a woman. Hell yeah. Look, some laws need to be broken. Like how in, I think it's 2 states right now, it's still illegal to eat tomatoes. Nobody enforces that law, but it's still illegal. You know what? Screw it. There are some laws where it's pretty obvious you have to follow them, like, for example, the law of do not commit murder. That's a pretty good law. I think we should keep that one. But, the whole transphobic laws, maybe we shouldn't. Maybe we should cut those. X-nay on the transphobe, eh? 7700. Yeah, no thanks. Someone, I support transgenders, but me? Door. Be gone. We're done with your bull. Yeah, I feel that. The gibble gobble. Trans memes go brrr. When you get called by your preferred gender, oh yeah, that's the good stuff right there. Just bask in it. Sorry if that sounded weird. But yeah, that's pretty much the point of this video and all the other ones on this playlist. You know, I think this is a good point to end on because I am officially out of energy. The alcohol has officially made it where not only can I not walk in a straight line, but I think my energy just died. So I hope you all enjoyed. I'll be seeing you all next time. Next week, I'll hopefully have another one. I won't be. That is the under and outro. No. I'm too tired to fix it. Sorry. Yeah, I'm done. Hope you all enjoyed. I'll be seeing ya. I'm sorry I yawned in the outro. I know it sounds like I just gave up, but I mean, I'm kind of giving up right now. Hopefully this is long enough that isn't dumb. Yeah. Hope you all enjoyed. See you next week. I wish you all an absolutely fantastic lifetime. Happy transitions if you're trying, or happy recollection and recognition of your gender if not. Even if you're not trans in any way, shape, or form, still happy in your gender, hopefully. Because, yeah, even cis people can be happy in their gender. They just tend not to talk about it as much. Yeah, hope you all enjoyed. I'll be seeing you around. I'm going to bed now. When I'm hungover, I'll edit this, and hopefully I won't hate myself too much. Yeah, this better come out on Monday, otherwise I'm gonna be mad at myself. Yeah, see you guys. I'm going now, I guess. Bye. Love you.